I mean, that's how it tends to go, and it sure will be a big game for both these teams to qualify for the main stage. FaZe edging out your prediction, you guys at home favoring the Brazilians. However, let me hit you with a fun fact, Nick. FaZe Clan at the Munich Major so far have only defeated APAC teams. Ooh. They're yet to take home anyone outside of that region. BDS, they are on the outside looking in of the big three in EU, but they do have a shot at knocking FaZe down a peg.
Clubhouse. BDS on the attack, FaZe starting on defense. Operator bans happening right now. We've seen a lot of clash lately, as well as Monty. And I do want to say here, both of these two teams love both of those two operators. So no surprise here for FaZe. They will target ban the Monty. BDS on the attack will, of course, take away the Kaid, then maybe the Bandit or the Mira after. There's the Mira. Then a Thermite ban, actually, together with the Monty, interestingly enough. This enables the Mute Maw and the Roam for those external walls, and just generally force you to the ranged heart destruction, which can be impacted a little bit easier. So, not against this at all. No start downstairs in the basement.
Yeah, good place to start. As good as any. Down in the basement for FaZe. Now, we haven't seen these guys play a lot of Clubhouse. I think that's why BDS have picked it. And I think I'm starting to read into what Eden and French, what the boys were saying when I walked past them before. They seem confident in these maps, but a little bit suspicious.
Yeah,
because
it's too easy, isn't it?
It is. Like, why are we going to Clubhouse where BDS have already beaten SSG 7-1? You look at FaZe's record on it. They haven't played it for a little bit. In Stage 1, 2 months ago, they beat 9Z, which is obviously one of the lower teams in the SAL. 3 months ago, they beat Furia on this map. They lost to Furia on this map, and 5 months ago they lost to Black Dragons on this map. Both very convincing losses that FaZe fell on Clubhouse. So yeah, it's strange. If you're BDS, you're like, why are they letting us take them to a map that we like and they don't like?
Let's see about the pace setting. There's one thing for sure. BDS, by my mind at least, they like to be the ones to control the pace and how fast or slow these rounds will play out. FaZe Clan, a lot more happy to go, we have these things on paper, we'll see what happens. We don't gotta be in control, we will control it by simply winning because we're better, we're more precise, we're more exact. It's gonna be Blitz in blue with help from Garage, forcing Candy back towards top of CCTV.
I'm not sure KDS has been spotted though.
No.
In stock.
Bit of a bait and switch though. I mean, they seem to know that Handler is somewhere in this area. It's a matter of when they find him. Cyber could stand in bar actually instead.
A nice shot from Lasmo from all the way outside of stock. And yeah, it looks like KDS has now retreated back to site, leaving Handy as the primary roamer. He's still upstairs. It's interesting the way BDS, they don't really want to take a head-on fight. They want to force him into a cut player who's holding his exit.
Now that hammer and anvil, but there's a gap main stairs. Nobody from BDS is there to cut off that rotation, which means Vidiking, Handy can escort each other back down towards the bomb site. Perhaps play the C4 beneath. But with losing Cyber early, when BDS get to that bomb site, you look at that 4v5 with a single C4, no smoke, no Tashanga. I'm not liking this first round for FaZe Clan because I'm not sure what the win con's gonna be.
Yeah, especially because the operator you've lost, the utility is all nullified. Solas can't use her gadget after she's dead, whereas if it was a Goyo roaming, for example, or a Valkyrie, you get value from that utility, but not to be this round for FaZe, for Cyber.
C4 misses.
It was just blind. I mean, it was a vague audio call. Yeah, I'm liking this round for BDS, though Robbie's taking quite a bit of damage to his feet.
Stopping now, though. I mean, I feel like Robbie should just feel so confident in this particular round. There's almost no counterplay available whatsoever. BDS, they have options. They can have Blitz go aggressive, go for a push into Motor Door, be that chaos factor. They can also escort Diffuser into side. Right now, he's just taking unnecessary amounts of damage with deployable shield all the way back towards the bomb site. Just be careful here, Robbie. You don't want to die too early.
Yeah, that's the problem at range. Like, why is he contesting this? Any other operator would be much better suited to this position from Robbie. He needs to back out. 30 seconds. Time's been burned very nicely by FaZe. Wow! What? And that is the benefit of the early damage onto the feet. It's now confirmed that Robbie's been down by that impact. Now, there's going to need to be an explosive entry and explosive finish for BDS. And it could lend itself to Freck, the Dutchman, flying in through blue, supported by P4 as well. Deep into the site with the Sens light wall, cutting off Dirt Tunnel. But the plant has not been confirmed. No, Vidiking Snuck behind enemy lines, prevents the bomb from going down, confirms the round for FaZe.
I mean, a good, I guess, wait for FaZe to get back, but I'm thinking like, what did they actually do? It felt more like the things that BDS did wrong more than FaZe did well to win that round. And I'll just note two small things that I think have a big impact. First one, Robbie just getting so much damage on the blitz early on for no seemingly good reason, then gets impact injured and just stalls for time because now he needs to get revived. Secondly, when they toss down the grenade to clear the shield that did damage Robbie, that position, no one's on the kitchen hatch to catch that player. So you grenade the shield, which means the player behind it has to run away. But then nobody's playing in a position to catch the guy as he runs away, you lose a free kill. And like with the blitz, you can drop the kitchen, that's pretty safe. With the shield, the sense wall, go for a default plan because guess what? No smoke, no Tashanka, no C4. And they knew that. They saw the entire defender lineup either in gadgetry or by visual confirmation. And they still win for like a last second against the Goyo Fire execute. I feel like simpler would have been better there. But that's the first round. Perhaps BDS had this kind of thing in their mind, like we gotta take control and own them in this first round by taking control, and it backfired.
Yeah. As we see the Six Invitational qualification graphic here, it really puts into perspective the stakes of this game, right? And the stakes of going deeper into the tournament for both these teams. Obviously, with only having one major this year, a lot of Six Invitational points are divvied up from the stage, and FaZe has looked pretty good. Stage 1, they were, if I'm off the top of my head, first place. Let me double check that.
Sure.
Stage 2, they were third place. Stage 1, second place, and Stage 2, third place. So, I mean, clearly not enough points to guarantee them. I mean, BDS, in contrast, Stage 1 was really pitiful from them. They struggled a lot, ended up 8th place. So they lacked a lot of Six Invitational points. You need to go deep at the major to guarantee that, or have a good performance at regional finals.
And BDS at this point in time, I mean, the rosters had more time to gel, so we're kind of out of excuse, right? Like, this is going to be the point where they should start being at near peak form or getting to that level.
I think it was your take when this roster forms. Like, they're going to be great eventually, but not at the start. It's going to take them some time.
6-8 months or so. So right about now/SI would be like the big point. And I mean, so far this event, I'm not going to say they've been doing bad because they haven't, but they do need to prove themselves up against one of the better teams in FaZe.
You beat SSG and G2, that doesn't tell you a lot about this team. Beating FaZe would be a very different story.
Second round was starts off with Frag on low HP, shot by the pool table window, from the pool table window. FaZe clan are surprisingly enough kind of everywhere on the map right now, supplying pressure, shooting, fighting, etc. BDS, they got that primary wall opened up.
Focusing on
looking towards
KDS.
Catwalk, yeah. What do they have to deal with it? They have 2 frag grenades, 6 flashbangs. No, none of those like Capital, Grim, Blackbeard, Munty. No.
Yeah. And Capital was open as well.
It is.
That nade didn't actually get that Kiba barrier. It didn't confirm the kill.
No
this is not the way to clear Catwalk.
Again, first round, it felt like BDS and the basic fundamentals a little bit lackluster. Here in the second round, the same struggle for them. 45 seconds. Even if KDS dies shortly here, he's burned so much time in util. It'll be a worthy death.
And I have a feeling he's going to claim a kill before he goes down here. Flashbang, it's good. A second one to follow. Fret cannot quite find the angle on the prone player. Eventually, Virtue decides to take matters into his own hands, marches straight up, but like you said,
no hot breach.
Damage is done. 25 seconds left. The round should be FaZe's.
Yep. Mavericks with the hot breacher on the main breach instead. Can't go to the walls. We gotta jump in the windows to go for kills.
Oh, and P4's gonna die doing just that. Soul's getting very aggressive. This is not the way to play it. When you're down on numbers, Handy's got to clutch up. Diffuser has not been claimed. Freck on the ground. Virtue picks that kit back up and looks for a chance to plant it. Lasmo has to cover him, and he does! That's what we needed to see from BDS.
It's scrappy, it's messy, but at the end of the day, they get the round up, and they did it with confidence. They recognize, guys, we have no Selmas on the ace. Maverick is on the outside breach. He can't breach the garage walls on catwalk rafters. We have to jump in the garage window, the CC window, and walk in the breach and take the fight to FaZe. No default plant stuff at all. but it's so close. So close.
I think it's really interesting the way that the Clubhouse Rafters metas has just evolved over the years, because now every team, I feel like up until this event, I'd seen the double reinforcement on Rafters a bit, but it wasn't a mainstay. Now everybody is doing it.
It's been a lot.
It makes it so hard to kill that Rafters player because you don't have as many angles from outside the breach. The breach guy is basically just trying to get a tiny little angle through the window into Rafters. You can't see much from that.
Nope.
Right? It means you need more explosivity, you need more fire, you need the Grim.
That's where we're surprised, like, Capital was open, and it would have been like the one answer, like they had no mine, no Jaeger, it was just the Asami.
Yeah, if you're BDS next round attacking that bomb site...
Hey, they got the Capital now.
Yeah, wrong bomb site,
Too
but
late,
sure.
buddy.
I mean, the Capital is the kind of
It's
operator
always-
you could probably pick it every single round of Siege and you wouldn't be faulted.
It's up there for sure. It does mean you gotta build around it, and of course, you know, need to... It's not gonna get you raw value like a grenade or self-destruction would every single time, but if you have a spot in mind to use the fire for, you will get value out of it.
And you've got backups. I mean, fire and smoke, and that's just your primary gadget. Then you've got tin can openers or EMPs in this case.
Yeah.
A lot of
Great
people are kind of scared to play Capital because it can be a bit unwieldy switching to the crossbow, choosing which gadget you want to activate, and also not the best gun in the world these days.
Back in the day, Capital was first launched. He had frag grenades. The gun did like 58 damage a bullet. He was just a monster of utility. But the fire was a lot weaker. It didn't spread out bigger, and it didn't really do a whole lot, to be honest. So he got a stronger gadget, weaker weapon, and some different secondary utility. Much more support-oriented these days.
And his smoke was blue back in the day.
It was blue. Yeah,
They nerfed it.
It was special. Now it's just a regular smoke cloud. Oh, on the good C4 lineup. They're doing it blind. No real intel, just a bit of spidey senses and sound cues to work with. There goes the secondary EMPs from the Capital's pocket. Again, great value to be had. Selma follows through. C4 tossed out, I think.
Was it shot?
Shot or exploded by the Selma charge, but Cyber takes down Robbie downstairs.
Oh, Handy swings out through the open breach and takes down Frack. So a very pitiful attempt from BDS at clearing cache. And as the smoke goes out from Virtue on the Capital, KDS is watching through with his glasses from the Warden. Yeah, not a good start for the Europeans.
I like that hold though from FaZe Clan. They got deployable shield on top red with ADSs. There's like bunkering down on one particular location. No easy counterplay here for BDS either with only one flashbang and a fire. They can't burn all the ADS and they spin the Griffees.
That was a bit of an awkward off angle from Handy. P4, good reaction times though. As the fire starts to go out and Cyber goes for an aggressive run out, takes down the Aussie. 4v2 now. And KDS can just fall on back. He hasn't even found a kill in that position, but it doesn't matter. Time has been wasted. P4, though, does not waste any. Moving in through Con. Try and pick things back up for BDS.
This is why FaZe is so consistent as a team across all the years. They know when to cut their losses, when to fall back, and there's very little ego in their gameplay. They're great players, they're world champions. They're not gonna ego swing like Furia. It's a different strength for a team, and it works greatly, very consistently.
In we go, P4. As the two Frenchmen try and pick up the pieces of a tattered round, they find nothing. FaZe are fired up. There is no ego, there is only the win round by round.
Just one clown drop. Yeah, but oh yeah, also. Yeah, we just need to have it. Let's ban the Azami.
Oh. Okay, so apparently BDS tag timeout coming
No,
up.
I think the cache clear is fine. We just need to have everything at the right place. Just okay. Just if Rob, you have some holes, ask someone all have room for bar or stuff like that.
Well, there's a third set of operator bans coming out, and now into the timeout, Laloon can begin to speak.
I cannot hear a damn. Well, I heard what P4 was talking about.
Yeah, what was he saying?
So essentially, he was talking about last round and how simple the problem actually is. He just said we need to have all the utility in the right location. They had flashbangs, but the flashbangs were beneath on the vert where the first player died. Had Robbie been up above, you can ADS burn the ADSs and then clear the shield, for example. So we just need to have the right things in the right position to do the cache take. And it started because I didn't see who it was Freck maybe. He said we can't go for cache clear if they hold it. He goes, oh no, we can if we have the right tools in the right location, which we did have, but not in the right location.
Who was it that died on Rafters? I think it might have been Freck, just peeking the ace breach.
I think it might have been Freck, yeah.
Because that's the thing, like, if you're going to breach open cache wall, you can't afford to be dying to holes through it. Like, it's a very strange... You should only be swinging if you're either cutting off an angle or if you know where someone is because someone's been droned or grim bead or whatever, and then you swing.
It felt like a lot of small things went wrong, right? Because if you go back to even before that, I think Robbie died first belief, right? On the buck, if I recall correctly.
And you ideally do want the buck for that
You
attack.
do, exactly, but it's like, if you're buck below early, before you breach the wall, and buck dies, he's fighting 1v1. And then because buck dies, and you swing from catwalk into the breach, now you're also fighting 1v1. Ideally, breach the wall, either the guy's gonna run away, you watch the run back, maybe you get the kill, or you watch the run back, he stays, now you know he's stuck. Then buck gets to work while you're peeking through the breach, surely one of those two people get a kill. But it was one by one, they went, oh, our flashbangs died. We can't clear the shield anymore.
Yeah.
And they only cleared it because FaZe gave it to them. They ran back.
FaZe were like, well, we've gone 1 for 2, that's fine by us, we'll retreat.
Timer's getting low, they have 3 drones left. We're very happy here.
Oh, okay, handy. I didn't realize that there was actually a Vulcan on that window, but he probably should have fallen back a little bit earlier, saved that damage.
You know what we've not seen a single time? A Doc North on the bridge. No healing on defense so from what we've cast.
Yeah.
No Rook.
I mean, I can't remember off the top of my head, and I can't bother getting out the stats, but yeah, definitely like some of the least played operators in the comp level of the game for quite some time, particularly since...
ACOG gone.
Yeah, Doc lost the ACOG.
That's really hurt him in the pick rate department.
Yeah.
And I get it. I do get it. Dela goes in for Frag on the blue window, but there's no one home from FaZe until KDS might go for a peek, but the read is good for him. Now, though, he's kind of boxed in. One by the door, one by blue. He might not have a way out of this one. But they're going to hit the side? Hold up.
He's tempted. There's actually nobody in blue, and Cyber is barely watching it.
Kinda
Candela
free.
goes out. Surely FaZe are aware of this, as the Solace of Handy is making his way back, but actually shot from inside a dirt tunnel. This is a nice little pinch by BDS, and dirt tunnel from P4 was pivotal. It's KDS now to try and make his way back to side, but nothing to be done. Flawless for BDS on the back of their timeout.
It was very interesting because P4 pushed him dirt tunnel and he killed the guy flanking Frag from garage through the soft hole on the side. And then Frag killed the guy watching P4 by the deployable shield. They covered each other perfectly.
Hilarious.
FaZe caught off guard. A little bit too much roaming, a little bit too much gap there by blue and dirt, and they paid the price.
Even just individual reinforcements changed that situation. The lack of a reinforcement between blue and Arsenal near the green box at dummies,
Opens things up.
that's what enabled P4 to get the long angle onto the player coming back to site from oil. Little things like that. I mean, there's no correct way to set up a bomb site. I think a lot of people, especially in the TikTok era, they're like, you know, here's the correct pro setup for this bomb site. You reinforce this wall, you put your rotate here, and that's not how Siege works. But what you do need is to have an understanding of how to play around the specific setups. And unfortunately, FaZe kind of failed to do that. If you're going to have that wall open, you need to play aggressively and always be aware of blue. They didn't. You also need to control dirt. You can't let that fall into the enemy hands.
Of course, you're going to have, you know, your default setup, but defaults we started back in 2016, and what we see today is an iteration of an iteration, and it's just evolved to the current standard.
Yeah. I mean, double reinforcing rafters is a perfect example of that. Like, that's now become default.
Yeah.
But for the longest, we've kind of come full circle, because when the game came out, people were reinforcing things like that, and then people were like, oh, we can't.
Oh, wait, we can extend.
We can extend, we can allow our teammate to get back to site and have crossfires, and now we're like, no, you just want to leave him to die, because then we still have a higher chance of winning the round.
Yeah, that's why I think CC Catwalk here is one of the most interesting places in all of Siege history, because we have seen so many ways to do with it, right? We had the Jaeger Mai iteration, then the Asami came out, then we had a mirror window pre-placed on the wall to kind of give you an angle, but not fully. Then we had people playing Clash on rafters, then we had Scopos teleporting away.
We had the double rafters with the dock, and
docking the caps of fire. Like, we've seen so many iterations. And still, 7 years or 8 years or whatever after the rework, when this became a thing, people are still trying to figure it out.
I never thought we would see another innovation on this bomb site, which has just been like played to death.
It was the primary bomb site for a good while.
It was.
The first rework.
It was, but no.
And it used to be all about Bennett tricking. That's long gone now.
Yeah, and then it became a bomb site that no one wanted to play because it was
Yep.
so bad. And only recently have people realized if you play this extension with a double Rio, it's actually a little bit better.
That and people are refusing to try bar for a long...
And you take that personally.
I do. I feel like that. Sometimes CC still sucks, my friends. And bar, it's bad, but it's not terrible, you know?
Well, once people figure out the best way to play against the double Rio, I'm sure that this bomb site will fall out of favor. Until then, the onus is on the attackers to play this right, and the clash is going to make this very difficult for Virtue to get around the action. Aggressive bottom garage hold as well from Souls here in Swamp.
Lack of pressure from BDS, though. I mean, those also soft spot. They're
What?
just in the windows.
What?
For trade?
What? Oh, this is
That's
one
the
way to play it
site.
if you're BDS. Just rush into the site. Lasmo, though, thankfully is found two. Souls, the problem is here,
Yep.
because of the double reinforcement,
Rio.
he can't help the site. It only works if they push him. And now will Virtue, with his pistol, find Cyber. He managed to get his shield on his back so he could still take FaZe despite the clash. But in the 2v2, the clash is the perfect ingredient to make this retake work. Hopping down off the shield, the flashbang will blind him for a brief moment. P4 has the gun up, has to clutch it with the diffuser down. First one found. Fitter King spotted, but he clutches the rounds. Another one for FaZe. And the clash dominates CCTV.
Vidiking crouched the pre-fire right when it came out, juking the bullets and getting the kill instead. Great push from BDS. And that double reinforcement catwalk made it an incredibly awkward 2v2 because they're cut off from each other and they can't really make the connection happen. But still, Vidiking, we said, support player doesn't have to go big. When he's needed, he's that strong backbone.
Big clutch.
Yeah, we can fast push top main. I can take a forest to deny the stuff in mid-tier.
One more round of attack for BDS before we swap at the half. Laloon making plenty of notes.
Many bombs as they can.
It's funny how half the coaches have no note taking at all, and the other half is like deep in there.
There are two types of coaches in Siege. There's like the Laloons and the call-outs, the ones who are like really particular, and then there's just your hype people.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
I mean, back in the day, Bob. Now
Bob
we've got
is a-
Dan for NIP,
yeah.
but in the day, Bob, like, I don't know if
Bob
he
was
was
the
a
vibe
gamer
guy.
He
He
was like,
was.
yeah, you're the best, you're the best. I don't think he's adding any like strategic insight, but he's
adding value.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, thinking of Mingo today was a bit low energy, but I think that's what the boys needed.
Yeah.
Then,
Yeah.
of course, you have Norris, 437M.
100% vibes guy.
Yeah, I will say, with the transition from Maria earlier, he did actually have strategical input as well, but he's 100% a vibes guy still.
Similar, I would say, for Igor. I think that's something that all the Brazilian coaches can say, except maybe Romalio, who's a little bit more of a strategic guy, less of a vibes guy. But like all the Brazilian coaches, even when they're really smart, they typically also bring that energy. Like, we've casted so much Furia over the last couple of days, and I just, in my head, every single round that they win, I see the fist pumps coming out from Igor.
Every tag timeout, the guy talks and gets told to stop talking.
Yeah.
There's no breathing patterns at all. He just goes one line.
Yeah.
Now, unless you've been a coach and been timed to be 60 seconds, talk, say the most important thing
It's
right
not a
now.
lot. You tested me the other
Yeah,
day.
it's hard. It really is difficult.
Oh, what is this?
This is an off angle for Cyber, off
People knows.
position. Oh, the drone check. Oh, that's
Hello? Cyber wins this. He's the kind of guy that wins that.
He is. Bit of a rat sometimes in the server.
What do you mean? I say he's got aura. You say rat, I say aura.
Cyber was at one point, I forget what year, seen as one of the best, maybe the best player in the world, despite not winning. He was just owning so much every single day.
It was that guy with the R4C sprinting at you, killing you every single round.
I say, like, newer generation, they don't know Nesk Prime. And when people say Nesk is the GOAT, he's so good, people go, Shaiko, whatever. It's like, Nesk Prime would own Shaiko at least for a
100%.
couple of years.
Yeah.
And then Shaiko would overtake him. Like, Prime Nesk was... the whole Team Liquid built around him as well.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Poor Shaiko has been complete madman the last 4 or 5 years.
Well, I think the amazing thing about Shaiko is he's managed to be consistent for so long.
Exactly.
Very few players, as they get a little bit older, you know, especially into their late
and
20s,
stuff.
I mean, the meme is age, but like, you know, players are nuts until they're like 21 or whatever, but Shaiko's done it for a long time. Cyber is still doing it. Oh.
This is an ugly round for BDS. It's falling apart.
I mean, again, it's just a frag fest, isn't it? Lasmo obliterated by KDS.
Swing, no trade.
Virtue spotted by the clash.
Oh boy.
Andy's now just going to stare him on down. Doesn't even need to swing him.
He's going out of bullets eventually.
Oh! There's a nasty shot. Looking for a little bit more. Cyber's still all the way down below. He's actually coming up the red stairs. Is he still as sharp as he once was? Virtue saw him for a brief moment and decides to take the 1v2 on site instead. He does have Diffuser, but KDS will shut him on down. Big shots from FaZe. 4-2 is the split in the first half. BDS have a long way to go on their defense.
FaZe are just so calm when they play Siege. Like, even in victory, it's like just like casual fist bumps. Like, that was not a round where you need to celebrate because, like, man, we didn't do much. When they then, you know, come into a clutch position, like when Vidiking won the round, that's when they really celebrate the big moments. It's just another day in the office so far. BDS not fully testing FaZe just yet, but we got a different side swap here to come. Monty Capital.
BDS, why are you banning Capital? You didn't even play it. Like, if you're banning it, you clearly think he's a good operator. Why didn't you play
the operator? They just don't agree with it.
Why didn't you play it when you were attacking rafters? My dude.
Yeah. I will say for BDS, like, I have very limited knowledge on how they operate, but just like the very little info that we hear between the rounds, it's P4 being like the sole chef. Like he's,
oh really?
It sounds like it. Like he was saying, okay guys, for this round I'm gonna pick the floor so I can clear this, this, and that, and then you can pick this, this is this. And I feel like when you have one guy doing the majority, of course there's gonna be some things that get missed because he's thinking about what he has in his mind, and you're not gonna cover everything with one person.
Yeah.
I do know Freck is very vocal, but I haven't heard his voice yet.
True. Well, Freck is vocal, but he's also the greenest player on this roster, right?
Well,
and he's
Robbie is greener, no?
No. Well, I mean, newer to join this team, but like green. I mean, Robbie has played on a few rosters in the past. I think I would say Freck is. Well, I can go and check when their career started.
Thinking like Robbie's not so amount of time, but like the games they've had. Because Robbie played in like MENA, for example, and there's like 2 teams in that region back then. And he played for one of them, so there's only one of the two.
Okay, well that's fair. Well, I mean, like.
Also, Robbie's not a vocal guy as far as I know.
True,
he's a killer.
I was gonna say the same about Virtue. Perhaps you can confirm that having played with him in G2 back in the day.
G2 back in my day, he was very silent, not in a bad way, but it's like he didn't need to speak a lot.
No,
so he would.
A lot of voices in the team.
Yeah, exactly. And I still think when Virtue can just do his own thing and only speak about his own mind about the game, like when he needs help, for example, it's great. When Virtue needs to start helping you IGL, I feel like something's going wrong.
Yeah, maybe that's one of the problems with this lineup. We don't have enough leadership in game about the tactics of the rounds.
Possible. It also could be that we're completely off the mark here. I frankly do not know, but I do rate the roster. At first I was like, what is this mix of players, right? Like this doesn't make sense, but I do like it. Just need to get a little more consistent, but that takes time. That takes experience as a team.
Well, time is running out here in Munich. Today is the second last day of groups. Tomorrow, whoever loses this will face an elimination match, and there are some very tough teams facing elimination right now that you could be going up against. For example, Furia.
NIP.
G2, if I'm not wrong.
G2. Yeah. There are good teams left in this tourney.
Nitro.
Popped for nothing.
A little bit early. No info there.
Plan there is just to get scored last ball back on the clash. You don't want to risk losing a body, and when they start spamming Cadenas, you fall back, you pop C4, and you kind of just make that trade happen. For BDS, having all 5 players alive is a victory in itself. That's the biggest thing, biggest takeaway. And for FaZe Clan, I mean, they have tools here. They got Heart Destruction, they got the Ying for Chaos Effect, Grim for Information, but there's no easy way to get in the bomb site. There's no shield, there's no O's, there's no sets, for example. So planting might become a difficult.
Cyber's in a great position. Vidiking dropping down from Moto, and Handy has found his opening. Souls backstabbing from inside a dirt tunnel. Enables the drop from FaZe. Straight into Arsenal, obliterating them one by one. The clash will not stand up to the task. Cyber for a double kill to close the round for FaZe. They are running away with Clubhouse.
Oh, we're cool for the clash.
I'm not liking that, I gotta say. So, Church Wall was triple reinforced, which means the only way in is going to be the motor door and the long hallway. They had nobody in dirt. They got picked off by a flank in dirt. That should never happen, first of all. They don't have any blue. It felt like, I'm not sure what BDS were watching, actually. It felt like they had 2 people watching motor door walk in with a clash shield. And I'm like, that's not the take we're looking for right now. They haven't breached the church wall. They're not going to go for motor take.
BDS got duked out.
Maybe.
It didn't know that well, because it looked like it was going to be a moto take. But realistically, it was...
Did it, though? I mean, okay, the Ying tossed in the Candelas. But it's like, that was it. No?
Yeah.
Like, they didn't even use the Grim.
I feel like so many people get tunnel vision. You see a Ying or a Glaz or any of these like triple big hit operators, you see that Candela coming through and you're like, oh, it's a moto hit.
Yeah.
Let's watch moto.
That might be, it may not just be like, oh, they think that's what's going to happen. Let's
Then they
commit to
died
it.
to dirt. They died to the kitchen hat. It was a kitchen
Yeah.
hash drop. Like usually, you go kitchen or church.
Yeah.
They thought it was church. Suddenly, they're getting rug pulled on kitchen.
Also, just like, I don't think they knew they breached third tunnel because, like, no one was worrying about it.
Dude, it wasn't even barricaded.
True. Good point. It wasn't
Like,
barricaded.
if you're forfeiting dirt, you have to barricade that shit.
Just as a warning, yeah. Or you gotta, I mean, that's the thing, when you have the clash in my mind, you can be like, guys, have they gone dirt yet? I'm gonna find out. Take the clash in there. No, it's not breach, for example.
No.
Then you know. Just felt like the clash could get a little bit more value for their money in that round. But again, that's the early days here on defense for BDS. You still gotta figure out what FaZe Clan's approach is gonna be. It's gonna be fast, it's gonna be slow. And FaZe Clan, they are what I would call a Brazilian team with an EU structure. They will play fundamentally sound Siege. Step 1, 2, and 3.
They're no Furia.
Yeah, yeah. And then when they have to, they can explode. They can just be aggressive. That's the Brazilian power right there. And they mix it together so well. And I mean, what the last roster change was Souls the he's the newest member, no?
Well, that is a great question. It has been a very long time. Let me have a
Is
look.
Souls or I actually don't know. It's been a while. I actually do not know.
Getting my notes up.
That's okay.
Latest to join was Handy and KDS joined just after SI 2023,
Okay.
just after Montreal.
Souls goes way back in. Okay, it's been longer than I thought.
Souls is actually the longest running member of the team, along with Cyber. Joined at the same time. Frex found him, by the way. I don't know exactly where that went down. That is an aggressive run out from you, Robbie. Watch out.
Reloading.
Behind that. So speaking of man Souls, now down the grave and handing the main stairs, looking for an aggressive play. Frick gets injured in bathroom.
Oh, this is a big lurk from Handy. Vidiking supporting as well from outside the breach. How has P4 just died to his own fire? BDS, we're in a 5 versus 4, and now they're grasping at straws.
Out of nowhere.
And they're coming up with nothing. Lasmo in a 1v4, swiftly dealt with. It's 4 map points for FaZe.
Out of nowhere. That was a great round for BDS for a good minute there.
Is he laughing at P4 dying to the fire? I would love to know.
Maybe explain what happened to him, yeah. But that's what I mean, like, they do step 1, 2, like hard breaching, clearing, and then out of nowhere, boom, hit the bomb site, go for the kills.
Yeah.
6-2 for FaZe. Oh, I think that BDS had good reason to be suspicious of this map, Vito.
Yeah.
BDS love Clubhouse. Oh, it's a recent addition to their map pool, but obviously they destroyed SSG on it. FaZe, historically, no, not their map. They've only had one win. Well, yeah, so I was telling you earlier, one of their least favorite maps in terms of how often they ban it, how often it gets banned against them. In the last 6 months, all right, they played it 3 times. Once was a win against 9Z in Stage 2. Once was a loss against Furia 3-7, not even close. And once was a 2-7 loss to Black Dragons back in June at the end of Stage 1. None of those are very good results for FaZe.
Interesting.
So why have they let it go through? Clearly they've been working on it behind the scenes. And I think BDS, as soon as they saw that FaZe was happy for it, then maybe they got a little bit suspicious. They've been psyched out, perhaps.
Sometimes you gotta take the bait, though.
They took the bait.
They took the bait.
Yeah.
I will say this, like, on paper, like, no stats into this. I feel like Clubhouse would be a great face map. Just, like, playstyle wise.
No, I think you're right.
Obviously, it doesn't mean that they like playing it or anything like that, but... Okay, Cyber.
Yeah, P4 just got obliterated.
Okay.
Wow. I guess the map is done. Everyone from BDS says, guys, let's go for a little bit of an aggressive roam. Let's take the fight to them.
Nope.
Yeah, we can kill these guys. Don't worry. Let's hold each other's hands and go for a roam. FaZe says, thank you very much. I'll take that 1 by 1. Good kill for Lasmo. He can retreat down the hatch as well, back onto site. But a 2v3 with the blitz still up, with the Grim and the Ying.
Yeah.
There is a set play just lying in wait for FaZe to finish this map off.
Hatch is open because of the roam. They got the blue hatch, they got kitchen hatch, and bar hatch might be soft as well. In fact, it's also opened up. So yeah, they have all the tools despite not having any Bana. But at the same time, Lasmo had no choice but to fall back. You're 1v3 against the blitz. Like, that's not gonna work. Virtue and Lasmo has to work together. And it's just a matter of, can FaZe find the opening? But with 1 minute and 30 seconds left, I'm gonna say yeah, they can. Because they're not gonna make a mistake when they take much time. And they got 4 smokes front lines of sight. They got Blitz and Ying flashes to create space. And then they have info from the Grim. They have literally the perfect tools for this.
I like the way that FaZe have really slowed down the pace.
Yeah, exactly. Just they can only lose to them making a mistake or somebody hiding somewhere. And that's what they're checking for. They're checking every corner with drones. They even check strip club.
Oh, Lasmo. Let's try and contest now. FaZe know exactly where he is. Vidiking with the shield. Again, dropping fast enough that they're not worrying about these straight lines. Wow, look at this from Lasmo. He sneaks all the way around, but the Ying Candela blinds him at the perfect moment. And now he's been cut off by the fire. Virtue! Gnarly one tap. Down into the 1v1. The oldest player in the game needs to clutch up. But Vidiking on the blitz is hunting for him. As Yossi falls on back. Doesn't want to get in close quarters with the blitz. That would be a death sentence. Sees him. Blinded, but both players cannot see. And Vidiking punishes him. FaZe dominate BDS. It's a 7-2 shellacking on the first map.
Valiant try and effort there from Virtue, but there was no team when it came for BDS. There's individual players sometimes making a good play, sometimes getting shut down, and FaZe, they storm them 3v1, 2v1. That team, the coordination, lethal from FaZe. A convincing first map, but this is a BO3. A lot can still happen, James.
That it is, but FaZe waste no time getting out the strap books and looking up next to Consulates. A map that both of these teams like, but BDS, I mean, they're going to be shocked and awed after what just happened on a map that they had confidence on. To go from 7-1ing SSG, getting slapped around 2-7 by FaZe. The results speak for themselves. Cyber back into it. 10 kills to 5 deaths.
Yeah.
This was a good day to be a FaZe fan.
3 injuries. I mean, this guy was there almost every single time just looking for those kills. I mean, remember when him and P4 were dancing in kitchen? Cyber came back down 60 seconds later and then got the kill in the end.
Yeah. It could well be a long series, but BDS are going to have to show us a whole lot more than that because I'm going to be honest.
We need to see more from
I
them.
think FaZe is back. Like this.
Didn't they ever leave?
It's not the end of... Hey, mate, did you watch Stage 2?
Okay.
Those guys sucked in
Whoa.
SAL. Maybe not sucked,
But they're below their usual level.
I mean, NIP overtook them.
NIP are... They're crazy, actually, right now. I saw them against Shopify Rebellion earlier.
True, they're on the verge of elimination. Whoever loses this may end up playing NIP. The big thing here is that it's not an elimination game for these two teams, but it is a qualification game. And if anything, that means the stakes are even higher, especially for teams that haven't yet performed on a big stage. Like BDS, for example, they're yet to play with this roster on a big stage. 1 map win for FaZe, and they booked their tickets all the way to the arena, which is literally right here. We're actually in the arena right now, just cooking and getting ready.
Where we are, because earlier you said we're in the bunker. Now you said, but they don't know where.
Well, we're actually not in the bunker anymore. We're here on the B stream.
We're the best stream.
You get to see some sunlight. Of course, it might not be long until FaZe see the sunlight shining on their faces, walking up to the stadium, but they do need to win 1 more map. Consulate coming up after this.
They can try and stick it. The drop. Charlotte comes in, finds one, can't find the second. Shepard getting the shutdown, but not before. Charlotte confirms the next one. Shepard's onto a 3K. They're sticking off on the plan. Pojo coming on the upstairs. Does Shepard know? He must know. Don't look away now. Shepard with a quadra kill. That's the way you clutch a game out, ladies and gents. A huge gamble by Raza Company Academy. Shaco is just, he's somewhere else sometimes. He and Usus making quick work of the remaining defenders on site, and now it's all up to Paceto. With the UMP, no deaths to be had. 2 kills to his name. Paceto slaughtered by Shaco. I don't even think he knew what happened.
Over towards default, big kill for Nate, shuts down Shaiko, and suddenly it seems like Furia might just have numbers, but they've lost a couple, and Philippe will see.
Just a bit of damage, just scaring them off. Just for one, and Gohan will go down. No more IQ. Experience the second Astro down low. Marinka, are you ready for this? Yes! Bengu, are you kidding me with a third getting taken down? And then the drop right below, and it's just like the defense. Bengu!
Shaiko is going up to him. Finally finds himself down now. Usus has got to clutch up big. This could be difficult. The Blitz just having to make a choice here, Handy. Let's see if the swing. They just need to make sure they get in those entries and going on in and pushing forward. Ryder. He's now 10-3 on entry throughout the series. That is an unbelievable success rate. Mates in a second. Mates in a third. Ryder. Oh my God. It's a quad. A huge ace against BDS's team of facilities. And Ryder finishes it. That is an ace against BDS.
Breeday holding up for the blood.
NJR destroys Miracle. Groovy is next. Revolver out. 13 kills for him. As there goes a smoke, and a reload is the smart play. Now around. Destroys June. He's on the blitz. Wall come down to Adrian on the coverage. It's a 1v5. They had everything going. 1v5.
Taking everyone down in a flurry of frags, leaving it just onto one man, PZD. Lukid, he has to plant the diffuser. He comes off it for a second though, doesn't fully commit. Waiting to plant the last available second, was hoping he baited them out. But all that means is that when he goes back on, he's left susceptible.
Solotov's down, 3 days off.
Keep an eye out for contact.
Available now.
On dit qu'au-delà des mers, là-bas sur le ciel clair, il existe une cité au séjour enchanté. Et sur les grands arbres noirs, chaque soir, vers elle s'en va tout mon espoir. J'ai deux amours, mon pays et Paris. Toujours, mon cœur est ravi.
way now. Shepard with a quadra kill. And now it's all up to Basetto. Basetto slaughtered by Shaco. I don't even think he knew what happened.
And Philippe wants to see BDS steal that round for Furia.
Are you ready for this? Bangu, are you kidding me with a third getting taken down? And then the drop right below. And it's just in the face. Penta are going to the grand final.
This could be difficult. If the swing Mason a second. Mason a third. Ryder. Oh my God. Wow.
Pre-day holding up for the blood.
It's a 1v5.
Attackers.
They had everything going. 1v5.
For a second though, just didn't fully commit. Waiting to pop the last available second. Was hoping he baited them out.
Soliton's down. Pre-day's up. He's also down.
Job's not done. If you're a BDS fan, the job's barely begun. FaZe might have won the first map, but I don't know. I'm not convinced.
What do you mean you're not convinced?
I'm not convinced.
7-2 victory, pretty one-sided. You're not convinced.
I'm not convinced until I see the 2-0. You know, I want to see
They
the
can't win
FaZe that
2-1?
won. No, I want to see the FaZe that won the World Championship, you know? All these Brazilian teams have struggled this event. Yeah, I know, but like I want to see them.
Oh, they the same form.
Stop yucking my yum,
I'm just
bro.
trying to. I feel like it's important to be challenged in life. Imagine
You challenge me, Nick. You really do.
I try to, you know. This morning I was like, James, the Uber is here right now. You gotta get to the lobby right now. We gotta leave. And you're like, oh, okay.
I like to challenge you by always
You're
being
always
10 seconds away from being late.
Which no, so the thing is, if you're not 10 minutes early, to me you're late.
Yeah, well,
You've never been on time.
I don't know about you guys. That sounds like a Pengu problem, not a DevMata problem to me.
And our producers sometimes go, Nick, is James in the nearby area? I'm like, hopefully. I don't know.
You wouldn't know. I went for a 10-minute walk before this game started, cleared my head. Maybe that's what BDS needed to do during that little break, because 7-2, not a pretty start, especially with some of those communication breakdowns that started happening near the end of that game. But it's time to get into map number 2. It's Consulate, it's FaZe's map pick, and the social prediction is starting to look like a landslide. The Europeans are not on the verge of elimination, but they could continue this fight onto the third map if they have what it takes to make Consulate their own.
BDS will be on the defensive side as well, so they can start off on a bit of a streak, hopefully. Build some rounds, build some confidence, and get back on the horse. FaZe Clan, I'm kind of thinking to myself, like,
please,
are they a really good attacker team, a defender team? And I'm not about stats. You can look at it, but I'm just thinking.
I can look at the stats.
I feel like they're pretty darn good on the attacks. Like they're good at most people are good on defense, right? But I feel like they're a good attacking team. And if the stats prove me wrong, I'll just deny them.
Oh, let me get the stats.
Gotta look for like a 6-month period though.
What, Munich? I can look at Munich
No,
alone.
no, not just Munich. No, you gotta go for
dude.
because that works against my argument, I think.
Well, they are actually literally the exact same attack rate and defense rate so far, 53% for Munich.
Okay.
And I do not have the 6 monthly stats, unfortunately.
So what good are your stats for?
I'm sorry.
Why don't you have that? You have if your other.
There's a lot of buttons to press.
You tracked Furia for like 2 years earlier, no problem. Is that because you like Furia
Well,
more?
do you want me to spend more time getting these stats? I can tell you that on this map specifically,
Okay.
over the last 2 times that they've played it, because that's the only times they played it in the last 6 months, they're way better on their defense, 85%, than they are on their attack, 31%.
It's also
But this is also FaZe's favorite map, statistically, in terms of how often they ban it. It's their top preference, as we like to say.
It's banned against them all the time.
It's banned against them all the heckin' time.
Okay.
Wow, they're actually on quite a win streak. 4 games in a row they've won on this map. The last time they lost it was way back in February at 6 Invitational. They lost it in overtime against Space Station. It's the only time they've lost it in the last 365 days. They beat teams like W7M, the old BDS, Liquid, Secret, SSG.
Oh.
So
That
FaZe
does not bode well for BDS now.
They like this map, and they always have for the longest time. It's one of their faves. And over that long period, their attack win rate is still only 42%.
Which is pretty... That's got to be above average for Consulate, though.
Yeah, well...
Because 2-4 halves is the trend.
True. Which would be a 40% win rate, would it not?
Yeah.
Oh, no, 33% win rate.
Yeah.
But their defense win rate is 75%. So they're pretty damn good at defending on this map. So maybe we'll take this first half with a grain of salt.
Let's see though. Andy's downstairs in Visa Hall looking for the first pick, as is Vidiking on the Bok. We don't see Bok Verd on a top floor attack almost ever. I'm curious if he's gonna start cooking with that. Of course, gotta worry about the flanks. There's a Nomad as well from Souls to assist. Up Spiral Stairs, Andy goes. We're just fishing for the first pick for the movement, and this Spiral Staircase is very free for taking for FaZe Clan.
Oh. I don't know what's going on there, but Souls has been caught off guard by Freck. I believe that was from near bathroom. There's a big flank opportunity as well from P4 coming all the way from down in the basement. Meanwhile, Robbie seems to have the site on lock, and Vidiking's buck will fall. One of the reasons why we don't see a lot of buck on this bomb site. Handy 1v5. It's not happening. He's completely clueless. He's checking every corner. There's one freebie, but Robbie will trade. Great start for BDS.
Certainly. So even some player comments there on. Yeah, doubling up. I was gonna say like good aggression, good pace setting.
Go to teammate, let's go begging default. Oh no, let's go piano first. Let's go piano default.
Oh, okay. Change things up. I like that.
Take traps again. Nice.
You see, that's what I mean. Like P4 is calling like all the specifics. The bomb side, they said traps operators.
Yeah. Ooh. That looked like Virtue's a bit tired. That's kind of how I'm feeling at the moment. Virtue doesn't have the jet lag excuse though.
But he's still Australian by heart.
Maybe.
So he's like suffering every day in Europe. He's
Sure.
like, oh no.
Every day. He's been living here for 5 years now. Like,
yeah, he's not an import anymore. He's
maybe
a European player.
maybe it's just past his bedtime. It's 8 o'clock right now. He is
grandpa.
He is the oldest player in Tier 1 of Rainbow Six. 31 years old. It was actually his birthday 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
I know that because I looked it up. I'm not like actually tight with him like that.
Okay.
Sorry to break it to you.
Well,
Dispel the illusion. Australians don't actually know every other Australian.
you make it seem like it is that sense.
There are more Australians than there are Danes. I will have you know.
And most Danish people know each other. So.
That's true.
How many people live in Australia?
25 million.
Okay, never mind.
What is it, 7 million? Or
5.8.
Yeah, not a lot of Danes.
You guys are... I mean, I guess you got... Okay, you guys have a big land mass. I know most of it
It's
you don't live
50%
there.
larger than the entirety of Europe.
Ah, there it is. But most of it, people don't live there. Like the entire center area.
A few people live there, not a lot.
Okay, yeah, a few people. Reload. Oh, it's nice seeing that Virtue still around. Of course, when you import a player and roster changes, org change, you know, how long are you going to stick around for? But despite, you know, those struggles of changing from G2 to a new team and stuff like that, he's still stuck out in Europe.
Oh yeah, I mean G2 to Secret for quite some time before getting dropped. That was a heartbreaking way to get dropped as well.
The whole thing
bit
was
of
very
controversy
dramatic.
around that.
Yeah, there was some drama there. Thankfully, he got a new chance here in BDS.
Not looking too bad so far as well, BDS. Maybe not World Championship contending at the moment, but if they beat FaZe here, I mean, they're through to the not the grand finals, just the final stage. Yeah, the final 3 days of the tournament are confirmed. Hello, look at this. Bit of a play from Vidiking.
Is it just free?
P4, turn on your ears, mate. There's somebody. He's knocking at the door. He's in sight. I don't know where Freck was.
I have no idea.
The plan confirmed in what was essentially a 5 versus 5. The vertical game did not cover it. Neither did the player on the bomb site, and now FaZe just have to hold it in the posts.
You only had 1C4, and that player was in the top 4. That's Robbie, and now it's going to be a retake with 25, and they're all falling apart. Last one, just P4. The man, when the round started by the bomb site, is last man standing as well. Okay.
Oh my god, I've never seen Handy that amped up before.
Dude, he was less excited when he won his eye.
I remember when he won SI, and I did not see that reaction from him.
That had to be him calling and making that play, and you know, it worked out. He's very excited about it. I got a bit scared there.
Yeah, genuinely. I mean, if I was on the other side of the arena playing against that, I'd be like, okay, dude, please, you can take my mouse, take my keyboard.
I thought they just lost or something. Oh, man.
I don't know. Like, he didn't even, to my knowledge, get like a big 4K that round or anything.
It was the masterclass, mate. That's all it is.
Sure.
It's the masterclass.
Maybe he called it, like you said. Maybe that was the Handy special.
Yeah. Perfect gap finding, that's for damn sure. And again, if you want to be like really nitpicky, I feel like BDS and Clubhouse was like the very small things were missing. And P4 said himself, and we heard him in the tech timeout, he was like, guys, we had the right tools, but we're in the wrong location. In that previous round, they only had one singular C4 for Plantanal in the wrong location. Had P4 on the side had it, not Robbie, he could C4 it. Had the guy in basement had to C4 it, he could have C4 it, but they didn't. It was a top floor who was way off the mark.
Yeah, there are 3 different floors of concert that you could deny that plant from.
Yep.
BDS were not ready for any of them.
Yep. So it feels like they have the macro, the overarching picture. Okay, why not do this kind of roam with these trap operators and watch these things? But the micro, if they do this, what's the counter? If this is the plant spot, who can answer it? That's missing to me.
Bit of info was definitely lacking that round as well. They didn't clue into the push early enough to be able to be in position to deny the plant.
I feel like we've seen, not in this game, but before, like CAG Fury, for example, some really good Echo work. And I know Echo's a very niche operator that not every team likes to play, but I feel like Echo definitely flies under the radar for how good he can be by some teams.
Definitely. Solus is coming into play, though, quite a bit these days after that buff that came through, and Frex just used it to run out on Vidaking, who was droning, which is the main hard breach. You still have a little bit on Souls, but for a basement bomb site like this, it really is ideal to have 2 dedicated hard breaches. Thankfully, there's plenty of redundancy on the FaZe lineup with the can openers from KDS.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Bonk. See you later, KDS. See you later, can openers as well.
Pretty sure FaZe Clan have one of the highest pick grades on Striker and Sentry as well, but they love the recruit to play double util. I think it was about 4 or 5 months ago, something like, so there was a Reddit post about how, like, why is it only FaZe playing these operators so much?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's KDS's most played operator in the last 3 months.
Oh, so now you can go back 3 months, okay.
Oh, I can go back further. How long do you want to go back?
So now you can go back further. What was the issue with the stats earlier that I can't go back that much?
Whatever. It's complicated.
But no, yeah, it's like a FaZe special, and I like it because it's a little bit innovation, right? Like, not every team is doing it right now, but they might start to if they see FaZe succeeding with it.
Well, desperate times calls for Cyber to make some kind of a play. You can open the software here. He's waiting for someone. No, he says, you guys are too slow. I'm going to go. There's actually a cheeky angle Virtue can get here. He might find it. Oh, brother. If he went for a swing, he might have landed that. Cyber almost kills P4. Souls does the job for him. Virtue swings for a double. Robert to close. BDS back in the lead.
That's basement.
Why you keep me red? My hand?
Those comfy corners. It's the benefit of the basement opposite. You don't gotta play for the roam.
Could not hear what he was saying.
Oh, I tried. Like, if you know, you can like squint your eyes.
You can squint your ears.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like you can, though. Have you ever done that? Like, if you're on a busy train and you want to tune into someone's conversation, you kind of squint your ears.
Yeah.
The thing is,
I was trying to do it there, but it's hard.
It's hard. That's a very busy, like the studio where we're playing these matches from, because we've got obviously concurrent games, concurrent streams. We've got BDS FaZe going on here. Do you know what the game is on A stream right now? It's G2, isn't it?
It's G2D plus, no?
Oh yeah, I think it might be. Yeah. That's right. And then we've got all our photographers and our admins and everyone else that's in that room. Not to mention, just on the other side of a curtain, we have our A-stream casters, our whole a lot of our production team, and a lot of other stuff. So when we do cut to seeing the players, you're hearing a lot of little like kind of background chatter. Sounds like you're at a little like a little function or something.
Yeah.
little party.
chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was the thing that I found really interesting when I first started casting, was like seeing behind the curtain and just how much goes into producing a Pro League show. And a lot of people at home are gonna be like, how can there be a tech rehost? I thought this was a simple video game. You
It's
have
not.
no idea.
There are a lot of staff at this event.
We have kilometers of cables alone.
We do. We
It's
also
so
have
much.
literal like TV trucks outside the arena right now.
It's a whole thing, guys. And
You want to know the most important role in the entire in esports production? It's the caterers.
oh, that's it. They keep everybody happy.
100%. We had a good curry today.
Yeah. I mean, we had a good schnitzel yesterday. That was actually fine.
I was most a big fan of the Mexican we had a couple days ago.
That
was my favorite.
No, catering is very important, of course. Keep the players happy and fed.
Look, German cuisine, not my favorite, I'll be honest. The Germans know how to do a lot of things. Build cars, build buildings.
You're gonna flame their food.
It's
Meat
just
and
not the best.
potatoes.
Look,
I mean, that's
their beer makes up for it. I'll give them that.
whatever. Of course, if you're unhappy, you can get your own food, and if you're a player, get on that app, get a delivery. I saw GT got a delivery earlier to the prac room.
Oh my god.
We're not shooting default camps in 2025 at a major.
Guys. World champions, by the way. That's a world champion right there.
They're shaking. They're shaking.
B4's just having a bit of a laugh. It's kind of funny that BDS saw where he is and still wasn't able to like get a kill. I thought maybe there was a C4 opportunity or something, but no.
Attackers drop the diffuser.
Very slow round though from FaZe. I think right now just stabilizing. They've seen how the rounds can flip very quickly from the aggression of BDS, and it was Virtue said this just 2 rounds ago. Guys, just double up. Let's go for fights. FaZe want that 5v5 execute. Look at the lineup, right? They got the Sins, they got the Capital. They want to get to the bomb site. They've gotten there almost. Just one door away. Just gotta find just P4, clear him off the meeting door, and they can start executing.
Zof uses the concussions as well. I like that. An uncommon pick. Helps out though as KDS makes the entry on the Spider-Man rappel from inside a spiral. He makes his way forward, handy supports. Together they take control of the long desk. Virtue finds one and then looks to fall back, but his teammates have fallen. It's just him and Lasmo now. Against 4 players still up from FaZe. A second for the Aussie, confirmed with the shotgun. Lasmo on a sliver of HP as Handy continues to pepper away, finally finding the head. And the kill confirmed for FaZe. 2 rounds apiece.
Beautiful round execute as well. The timings were great. Rappelin, top spiral, pushing together. And then before that, it's utility. Sophia stuns, check the corners, Nate goes out, clear soda machine, just keep pushing forward. They would have gone in meeting door as well if it wasn't for the smoke canister from Virtue, and still they have plan A, they have plan B. It works out. We're tied up again, 2-2. And statistically, FaZe only needed 2 attacking rounds.
That's true. That's the thing. This game, I should say, looks like it's been back and forth, but like we said, what were the stats I said before?
75 on defense and 42 on attack for FaZe.
40, wait, what? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong map. Whoops. Yeah, so for Consulate, in the last year, 42% attack win rate, 75% defense
right
win
on the
rate.
money.
Yeah, you were. Look, BDS actually have a really good attack win rate on this map in the last year, but that's a lot of that BDS would be the other BDS. As in the old Falcons roster doesn't really count.
Okay, that's
how long have they been this BDS for? They've been
start of the year, no?
It was after SI, wasn't it?
I want to say it was, yeah.
Let me see if I can get just the
the
post SI results.
Just for the viewers at home, we are having a quick rehost.
Yes, we are. So actually, since SI for both teams, BDS has a 44% attack win rate, 76% defense win rate. Across 4 games, 2 wins, 2 losses.
Did you hear who was naughty or what it was? Because I did.
Oh no! What happened?
Someone picked a Rooney.
Oh, we're not allowed to pick a Rooney. That's not cool. You don't do that.
For this major, at least for now.
Wait, can you listen in for a sec?
To who?
I can hear Tim casting the A stream.
Yeah, you can.
You reckon we can figure out? You reckon we can figure out the score of the A stream just by listening? Is it G2 versus D+? It is. Yeah, I can see them right now.
So the cast is on the left-hand side of this camera, right? Like on the back left.
Yes. The one thing I know for certain is that we are not going to overtime, Des. Not yet, at least.
Not yet. I don't think they've had a... We're going towards, have they? Maybe they... surely they have.
Probably not. We've had a few OTs, haven't we?
We've had a few OTs, yeah.
Oh. I feel like we got a little bit unlucky in Rio with our games. We didn't get many big ones until...
We were cursing every game.
I mean, until the grand final, but even then it was a 3-0.
We
didn't get many close games. But we've had the opposite here. Oh, Virtue. Dude looks like he's just been for a jog.
Yeah, he's going through it. Sir, I feel like I get distracted trying to listen to the background.
I know, now I've said it.
Yeah.
You want me to really troll you for a second? You know, I'm going to ruin the green room for you. So we have a room where we sit when we're not working.
Yeah.
And we have screens in there so we can watch the game.
Yeah.
There's one screen above the makeup area, and it's 5 seconds ahead of the other two screens.
I know, and it has the wrong color tone, and it has awful quality.
But if you want to know the result fastest, you have to watch that one.
Oh.
And also, it doesn't have any audio on it. Only the other ones have audio, so it's very trippy.
It is. I was like, oh, so the makeup artist can see how pretty our makeup is. And I was like, but the color saturation is completely messed up.
Completely purple or green or something like that. Yeah.
It's not a good look at all.
I can't unhear Tim now.
I know. I keep hearing him.
He's a loud man. I heard that the reason why they put the casters down in the bunker is because the neighboring areas have some residents in them, and they were complaining they could hear Tim from their houses in the nearby neighborhood.
Oh, dude, everyone in Manchester, wherever he lives, is like, yeah, we know that guy. He's the guy yelling at night all the time.
Oh.
That's the one of the weird complications of being like an at-home caster when we're like the domestic leagues.
Yeah.
Is that half of us live in like apartments, and you have neighbors, and you work at funky time zones sometimes.
I used to get.
You work EML from Australia. That's dead of the night.
Call time about 1 a.m. in the morning, working till about 9 a.m.
Yeah.
I wave at my neighbors. I mean, right before I go to bed, I take my dog for a little walk. I'm like waving at my neighbors as they're leaving for work.
They're like, hey, I'm the guy that kept you up all night.
And they're just like, screw that guy.
This guy. Yeah, my neighbor is currently renovating their entire bathroom.
Yes, I've heard it.
But I was streaming the week before getting here, and for 8 hours straight I'm on stream. It was like, you're like, why are they reinforcing the walls? Why are they breaching? I was like, oh,
the IRL. Reinforcing your walls.
It sounds like it's in your head because it's the neighboring wall.
This actually happened to me at a previous place where I lived. I had just gone off a stint of doing all these EU night shifts, and I went to bed at like 8 or 9 in the morning. I'm like closing the blinds, and then my neighbor behind, literally, I shared a wall with my bedroom, was doing a bathroom renovation, drilling into the concrete wall, like millimeters from my head. Right when I'd just been working all night. And they did that a whole day.
That's a tilter right there.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Slept on the couch for a week.
I get that. Would have done the same thing myself.
Well,
we're so back.
I think BDS, if they can't get this across the line and make it through the playoffs, they might have to sleep on the couch for a little bit. The org will not be happy. These guys have had a lot of chances, and yet we're still waiting for them to make a splash. Ever since joining this big new organization, these players have not been able to live up to the expectation of the former Falcons roster.
Speaking of unhappy, if you lose, you go home pretty soon. I saw J9O from SSG this morning leaving for the airport. Wow. And they lost last night in the evening.
Yeah, at about 10 or 11 p.m.
Yeah.
It was eliminated. As I've mentioned a few times on the broadcast, my hotel room shares a wall with the CAG practice room.
Right.
They've been in there almost every day with their whole PC setups and everything. I walked past the room this morning after going to breakfast, and it was fully empty.
Yeah.
And there was just one chair that the staff were packing up.
That's kind of sad.
They ship you out real quick.
Again, a quick turnaround. A lot of players, a lot of teams, a lot of things to worry about.
Yeah, I mean, BDS, they came...
Hello? He's just a snake on the floor. He wins! That's criminal.
What
That's
was that?
Cyber going down as well.
Weird. Very weird. Very strange.
I think Cyber was confused there. He's like, "What am I? What?"
I was like, I'm not even mad. I'm just confused.
P4 takes those.
P4's been a little bit devilish last couple of rounds. He was doing that roam on the Solus. He found an aggressive pick on a player. What is this? Sol's dropping down. Shoddy in hand on the Deimos. I like that. It's a bit cheeky.
What a Brava Flores action too. Not a utility. We've hacked the Spiral Cam. That's just about it for now.
I like the Spiral Cam. Very good one to hack.
I'm not sure about this. I'm trying to think of like I'm thinking like late round execute when they see the bomb site. I feel like there's almost no tools to work with here for FaZe. They're spending all their Brava floors already. Like that's it. So they have no hard destruction from Ace. All they have is one grenade and Deimos trackers. That's all they have besides gunplay.
Remember last time FaZe played this bomb site, they snuck in a 5v5, went for a plant. It looks like they're doing something very similar, but this time it's for an entry. Souls tries to find the angle. He is tracking P4 on the site. Handy will be the one to confirm the kill. Long angle for him all the way from here inside of Lounge. He gets that deep angle. And Vineking has snuck into Piano.
Could he plant here? Surely not.
BDS do not have any players on the objective. They are up above, but the kills have been found by FaZe, and they double back to this safe plant position where we've seen them land it before. Lasmo can't deny it from the Vert. All up to Virtue. 1v4, and they know exactly where he is. Souls comes up behind him and hits him with the shotgun. Another round for FaZe.
How does that work? They had 3 attackers sprinting across the bomb site. They get 2 kills vertically. There's no BDS player in the basement again for plant denial. They're all top floor, and they're going to call a tag timeout, which I think is very justified.
Now is not time to dissociate and regroup. I want you guys to talk. I'm going to stop talking in 10 seconds. In 10 seconds, I want everybody talk, agree on what they want to do next. Silence is not a solution. I never agreed with this.
For me, all the best, like the first round, we need to play like aggro together. Like the first round, because they play split again, they just put pressure everywhere, and at one moment they just full storm in way, and we just need to play aggro before that and take the number advantage. Let's continue to, if we have info on someone, okay, let's talk to each other, let's push together, and let's clear some area together, okay?
Okay. I like that. It's a simple solution for a big problem, right? It's going to be about disrupting what FaZe wants to achieve in the late round by stopping them early. Leland also very much being like, this is going to be a player solution because silence is not the solution for you guys. You got to talk about it. I can't help you.
Yeah.
So there must have been some quiet comms before that tag time out.
Yeah, it's interesting. We've talked a lot about this. Some coaches will be saying, guys, next round you're doing this, this, and this. Liloon just kind of whipped them into shape. Said, guys, you're not talking enough.
Yeah.
Everyone is just sitting there, falling back into their shell. Silence is not a solution. You guys need to work this out. And then P4 is the one that offered that solution.
That's my only worry, because P4 is the guy that we keep hearing talking by default. I would have loved to see other players step up to help P4 there.
More ideas.
More ideas, because it doesn't seem like P4 is offering an idea and they're going to go, I agree. It's like he's just saying what they should do because no one else will.
Yeah.
Also, I'm not sure if I heard correctly, but it sounded like she said, I did not sign up for this, or I didn't agree with this, or something like that. Where she's like,
I didn't hear that.
I'm not sure if I heard correctly, but it sounded like she opened up and saying like, this is not what I signed up for. So, silence is not the solution. You gotta talk together. It seemed like they have this shared agreement of like how, and most teams do, right? How you behave, how you talk, what the game plan is.
I did feel like Teacher Liloon was telling off the kids.
It did feel a little bit like Teacher Liloon was unhappy with the results. And I think rightfully so.
I am a little bit concerned with what P4 was saying. He is right. You know, FaZe are very early, like they're playing slow, figuring stuff out, and then they all go together. That's what P4 described. I just don't know. Like BDS is saying, we need to see a gap. Once we have information, we go.
Yeah.
And I don't know if playing really aggro on the defense of a defender-sided map is the solution.
No, it's also, it's a lot easier said than done. On paper, it's a great thing. They execute, let's kill them before they get there. But realistically, look where FaZe are playing from. Window rappels, outside the building, droning, etc. That C4 could have been a great opening pick, but it only does damage. It does not confirm anything onto Handy. But their Robbie gets the first on the Cyber. That's what they wanted.
Yeah, this is good. This is what we needed. Ooh, this is an aggressive position as well from Lasmo. You're right, though. BDS are really taking the fight to FaZe. Now they have to consolidate their advantage. Retreat 4v3. Ooh, and Virtue is also going to play aggressively, but it's been red. He's not a solo swing. Everyone from BDS is feeding them.
No.
One by one, they fall. They committed to the bid, and it did not pan out. FaZe have decimated BDS. 4 rounds on the attack, far exceeds the expectation. And now the Europeans have no clue how to handle this.
So the plan is that they double up and swing together, and I said solo swing when I saw Virtue because yes, there are people behind him, but there are a solid 2-second sprint behind him. He swings solo, so Virtue goes down, and guess what? FaZe will stick the corner, and then they wait for the next player. To make matters worse, I'm not sure if the stream caught it, there was a second FaZe player on the spiral skyline.
You can't swing him when
he's
there's
just holding the angle.
This is the problem with the call. Once we know where someone is, we need to kill him.
Yeah.
That was just such a bad play.
It started off well, right? The first 2 picks, phenomenal. And I want to say, I think they overstayed in admin. The second you get the second kill, get right on back. They wanted more. Then, when the first teammates started dying, that's when Lasmo fell back towards the bomb side. And then Virtue, and that's the mistake that you mentioned, lashes out for a 3rd kill.
To be fair, like Virtue was just following the plan. And he did do it with his teammates. 3 players.
Yeah, but there was a gap. There was Virtue in the front and then 2 seconds behind him.
Also, you just objectively, you can't multi-swing a player who's tucked in a corner like that. Because that player is only just holding one angle. And like you said, it was a crossfire. There's a guy on the roof too.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't know about that kind of roof, I assume, because they would never swing.
I just feel like, yes, you could blame Virtue for that. But that was a bad call from P4. I mean, I hate to go in, but like in that tactical time, I think that was a bad read on how to take down FaZe here. You can't pile on aggression from aggression.
It worked in the beginning, though, right?
Yeah, but you can't be a one-size-fits-all. This is the plan all the time.
This is the thing, like, when you call a plan, it's always modular. So when P4 calls that, we have to understand we shouldn't swing every player to the 0 left. We should swing to get the man advantage. That was what he said.
No,
and they got it. And then is where I'm like, okay, they should have played the 4v3 from side. And that's when they swing top spiral. I'm like, you're greeting. You got what you wanted, you got what you asked for, but you want more? Oh, shame on you.
And now, second half has started off very poorly for BDS as well, with Handy finding the spawn peak on Freck. It's a lot of util to go down the drain with the Roteros from Flores. Also, Freck, who's historically one of the core fraggers of this roster, was very hyped up coming into this team. A lot of people excited about what he could do. He was on Wild prior to this.
He also had some really good games in either stage 1 or 2, I don't recall.
Yeah. Now, him and Robbie were both like, let's pick up some young, unproven gunners.
Yeah.
Robbie, it was actually a year ago at the Montreal Major that Robbie really made a statement. He was playing for the old Falcons, the MENA roster.
Yeah.
He's an Italian himself, and he was the best player at the whole event, despite that team going out pretty early.
It was very sought after that.
He's not lived up to that expectation here on BDS, at least not recently.
I don't think he's lived up to that expectation since he had that tournament game.
Bit of a one and done.
So far, but I also think, one of the worst things that can happen to a player is when they find success too early. And this is not about their individual performances, but also like hunger and whatnot. Like, TSM winning aside when they did, and then half the team retired when they didn't work out. They got the trophy. Sport winning at Berlin Major, first event. I mean, it hasn't won since.
Yeah, and BDS certainly not making a good case for winning this round. P4 finds 2 exit frags before FaZe takes him down 5-2. And it's just another day in the office for FaZe. 2 more rounds and main stage is confirmed.
That round was over when they got their spawn peak onto Frag. It was literally over from that moment forward. The big difference between FaZe and BDS in particular here is FaZe do not give up man advantages. They do not give up a winning position almost ever. They are one of the least throw teams I have ever seen.
Yeah.
But we can just
use bombs.
We can just what?
We can just what?
We can just what, P4?
In Season 2 of BDS v FaZe, you will figure out what he wanted with the verb.
On next week.
Well, there won't be a tomorrow for BDS unless they can turn this one around.
Well, there will be a tomorrow for BDS because this is not an elimination game.
I keep forgetting that because it's BO3.
If there won't be a tomorrow for FaZe if they win this because FaZe will skip tomorrow.
Thank God you're here. You're so correct. There will be a tomorrow for BDS, the loser of this game.
Yes, which is the thing. You don't want there to be a tomorrow if you're in this match.
Sure.
You want to get the bye. And yeah, there are a lot of really good teams left in the tournament, especially a lot of really good Brazilian teams. A lot of the Brazilians have started poorly and are now salvaging their tournament. You know, for example, or Furia. Who else is still in it? Well, I mean, G2, not a Brazilian team, but they're still in it. NIP still in it. W7M still in it.
Well, yeah. D plus in it for
plus,
now.
I guess, yeah.
For now. They're playing G2.
Very true.
It's not an easy game.
Well, neither is this one for BDS, that's for sure. I mean, FaZe, of course, they did lose their game quite convincingly to M80, but with M80 flying straight through to the playoffs early, perhaps it's shown us that FaZe really were playing against a formidable opponent. We can't fault them too much for the loss. This is where I think BDS potentially, it might play into their strengths. We're going up against the basement. This is a bread and butter bomb site. This is classic Siege.
Yeah, people want to divert. Just work divert right now, guys. That was what was called in the prep phase, but they've seemingly changed that. No roam club above, no vert at all. It's main breach with smokes and Blackbeard and yellow door to break it open.
This is it. Oh no, that is rough. The Ella completely obliterates the take. Virtue cannot find anything with the Blackbeard while his shield guard is broken. And Lasma only finds one before he's traded back. And Freck deep in the bomb site. Oh no, he actually was just outside the breach and covered off from upstairs in Piano. Robbie is so late on this flank, and he's now fighting both of the players upstairs. He does win both fights though, and maybe makes this winnable. A flash of the Montreal Major before our eyes as Robbie finally steps up for BDS.
But still to even numbers. P4 low on health, and they got that bomb site covered quite well. The good news is there's a ton of time. P4 could make his way upstairs to Piano, start working at full power, get a few angles to work with. See if they can fish for a kill. My worry is like, how are they gonna plant? That's not gonna be very easy. And secondly, if they're not gonna plant, they're gonna push really deep into the bomb site to find these players off FaZe.
It's not happening while there's a mirror there.
Exactly, so I just don't think they have the right tools for this. When they need FaZe to make a mistake somewhere, or BDS themselves have to come up super clutch. No flashbangs, but they do have 2 frag grenades in the pocket of P4.
You mentioned how hard it will be to plant. The bomb, or the diffuser, is already in the site.
Yep.
And they will have to reclaim it. Now they try and go D, but both Cyber and Vita swing at the same time. FaZe propel themselves on a match point, and BDS struggle yet again on the attack.
I'm not sure what happened there for BDS. I'm just going back to what we saw in the prep phase when the round first kicked off. P4 is like, let's do vert, just to work that will be fine. That was what was called before the exploration phase with the drones, right? And then they saw heavy roam Piano. They got the top 4 hatches opened up. Okay, let's go for a direct attack, kind of. But instead of pushing the breach, we're pushing into yellow door with the castle barricade. And it just feels like almost disrespectful towards FaZe to think that's gonna work, especially if they have such a big roaming presence in Piano. They have the verticality working against BDS. They're pushing into a crossfire, and to make matters worse, the mirror window.
Yeah.
If you're gonna
both
go
mirror windows,
both mirror windows.
One of which could have been destroyed from above, by the way, but they didn't.
They didn't go for above take at all. But yeah, even that 2v2, they could have started working that. Yeah, true. Very true.
I'm getting flashes of Clubhouse here, and not in a good way for BDS. FaZe won 5 rounds in a row from a 2-2 split to finish off Clubhouse. Now they've won 5 in a row here from a 2-1 deficit to get match point. A 7-2, 7-2 is an embarrassment for BDS, even up against a team as good as FaZe.
Yeah.
They would have expectations that they would do far better than that.
And they have more to offer, we know that. And it feels like a bit of an off day for them. I mean, we didn't see in full detail, because we didn't cast their games before now, but surely they've not had these same issues in previous games.
I mean, even against Secret, it was a 7-5 loss. Against G2, they managed to pull out an 8-7 win.
They've been scraping by. I don't know. I just can't help but feel like this feels like a communication off day for them. Here comes a fast push in. C4, immediate response for a counter.
I think P4 is a dead man here.
It's over. It's so over.
Very much done and dusted. FaZe flawless. 7-2 on the first and 7-2 on the second. The world champs are back in action and back on the main stage of a major. Dominating the Europeans. FaZe will be very happy to have a few days off before they get back into it for the finals.
Just clean, simple, and good scene from FaZe. They played their own game, and then a small counter here and a small counter there. Now the final round, it was a bot prevalent with CO window, boom, C4. Going into breach, boom, pre-fire. Every corner that BDS would turn, the right player with the right utility waits for them. Whereas BDS themselves, they said, guys, we have the right tools on Clubhouse, but we're in the wrong locations to use it.
Yeah, it didn't take much for FaZe. Once they build up that momentum, there is no stopping them. The Avalanche will continue. 5 rounds in a row to close the first map, 6 rounds in a row to close the second, and it leads to a very dominant 2-0 for the world champs. And really the main takeaway from this is BDS not good enough. You've faced now 2 European teams, 1 North American team and 1 Brazilian team, and we haven't seen enough out of them to book themselves a spot into the playoffs. They have another match to go tomorrow where they can potentially redeem themselves, but after a rocky game like that, their confidence has to be shaken.
Yeah, and this is the thing. They have good players. They have mechanical skill. We know how capable they are, but communication and strategy, that's where they fell short. With so many good rosters here, you gotta be good at every aspect of the game. You can't just be good at shooting a gun. You gotta have the team aspect as well.
And we need to see a little bit more resilience for BDS as well, because it's, like I said, 5 rounds straight on Clubhouse, 6 rounds straight on Consulate. Even speaking to Eden and the support staff of this team before that match started, they thought this was a good map veto for them. On paper, Clubhouse should have been a really good map for them. It's not one of FaZe's favorites, and BDS have good results on it. Consulate, a bit of a different story, but regardless, I don't know whether you can say it's going wrong in the prep, it's going wrong in game day, but one thing for certain is this team cannot bounce back when they've been kicked down.
They can't. The energy. When we saw the player counts, it was kind of just like, oh, you know, guys. And then tag time of Milung, guys. I will not accept silence. We have to talk it out. In 10 seconds, I'm going to stop talking. You talk.
We need more leadership in the server mid-round because it all falls onto P4, and that is a lot of responsibility to do all of the strategizing and tactical moves and information in the mid-game, and also being that leader to say, guys, come on, we can do this.
Every good head chef needs a good sous chef.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. You got to have your body to rely upon. And if we didn't see it, at least maybe it's bad timing from us, we did not see a sous chef. We didn't see anybody supporting P4 today.
Yeah. I want to see Freck get energized. I want to see Virtue a little bit more
we say oldest player in the game.
And the most experienced on this roster.
Yeah.
This time, of course, for BDS. Tomorrow they will play their final match